Secret Oath on the outside second. Nest is third in the center of the track. Then comes Desert Dawn. It is Secret Oath and Luis Saez. They have the lead at the 8th pole. Echo Zulu not going with her. Nest is making her run. Desert Dawn is on the outside. But as they come to the wire, it is Secret Oath for the coach, Dwayne Lucas. She wins the Kentucky Oaks.
Secret Oath getting it done in 2022 for the coach. The Kentucky Oaks, the first Friday in May. Out there beneath the Twin Spires, a packed house, a lot of runners looking to punch their ticket via the Grade 3 Honeybee coming up this Sunday. Sweet success. 2 of the last 5 winners of the Kentucky Oaks have won the Honeybee. So the form lines, this race really is a great stepping stone and a strong measuring stick. Secret Oath, and she dares the devil back then in 2020, Caleb.
And not only has it produced 2 winners of the Oaks in the last 5 years, it also produced an Oaks favorite in wet paint for Brad Cox. So this has been the #1 leading off point of the Kentucky Oaks in the last half decade.
Let's bring up the field. It will go off as race number 9 Sunday afternoon. Looks to be a very competitive one on paper. You mentioned Brad Cox, so let's start there with the shortest price on the morning line. Mahima just making start number 4, has a perfect 3 for 3 racing resume. Last out, the Grade 2, Demoiselle.
And if you look at Brad Cox's 3 stable stars that are 3-year-old fillies, we saw Good Cheer over the weekend. We know Immersive is going to wait till the summer, but she's the reigning champion, and Mahima. If you put those 3 fillies together, how about their 12 for 12? And I'm sure he's got a couple other undefeated horses on the rise in the barn. But here's a horse that's by Munnings out of the Tapit mare. They went to the lead this day. I think that as the trail progresses, this horse has a nice rating gear, would be willing to give up the lead. But when they had the rail in the Demoiselle, they had to take the lead. And they've got the rail again on Sunday. So I think their hands a little bit forced as the big favorite to go to the front early.
Starting from the inside with a strong chance, Florent Giroux getting aboard has been in the eyes for the first 3 career starts. So that's one end of the bookends here. We've got a field of 13. 5G. Let's look towards the outside runner here. This filly comes in for George Weaver. Demolished him last out. Very impressive win over at Gulfstream Park, but steps it up in class again.
I love when a trainer that formerly trained the stallion, in this case George Weaver, trained Vacoma, who now has become this instant hit as a sire, when he has a progeny of Vacoma, this 3-year-old filly. And how about this? The only dirt race before this, the horse was 7th, beaten 22. So talk about coming to hand quickly on the dirt. They went to the turf for a couple races, had a good first and a good second, but they went back to the dirt, and after finishing basically last on the dirt on debut, 5G comes back and airs in the cash run on the dirt.
5G will start from the outside, sitting there at 4-1 with Orad Ortiz in the irons. What about from the middle of the pack? At least out the starting gate, that's how they will break. Take charge, Milady, the 6th, the 3-year-old filly trained by Kenny McPeak, sitting there at 9-2 and comes in with back-to-back wins, looking to make it 3, but again, stepping it up in grade. The morning works have been very impressive.
You know, Kenny McPeak has been taking advantage of these restricted maiden races. Last year, or last season, Torpedo Anna started out in a maiden restricted race for horses purchased for under $50,000. Take Charge Milady, before winning that Martha Washington, she was in a restricted maiden 100 claimer, but they did not allow the horse to be claimed. So I think that McPeak's been kind of clever in how he's gotten some of these horses, especially when they are bargain prices, to be able to get to these maiden races and spring forward into a stakes win.
Looks to be well suited to the distance there as well. Has plenty of fitness and stamina. It looks to be a big contender. Look forward. We're looking forward to Sunday, but look forward will be the 9 here, sitting at 6-1 on the morning line. Has been tried at the router ground, got the cut back to the 7 furlongs last out, and it worked out in the Santa Ynez, but gets another stretch out back to the distance of 1 mile and a 16th on Sunday.
You know, I've thought over recent years and even decades that the California 3-year-old fillies have not been that strong. But then I thought about it a little bit more. I'm like, you know what? Abel Tasman won the Oaks, and Blind Luck won the Oaks, and Plum Pretty won the Oaks, and Beholder almost won the Oaks. So you really think about it a little bit more. They have produced some long shots over the years, especially compared to the Colts, because we know the Colts from Santa Anita are almost always in the top betting choices. But the fillies from the 3-year-old path through California maybe are better than I've given credit over the last few years.
Top 5 place getters will pick up points towards the Kentucky Oaks. The winner picking up 50 for their efforts, essentially a win, and you're in. Race number 9 this Sunday afternoon. Let's take a look at the updated schedule towards the Kentucky Oaks and qualifying. We will have the Cincinnati Trophy Stakes coming up on Friday from Turfway Park, the UAE Oaks over there at Meydan also on Friday, and then we get out to Oaklawn Park. Hot Springs, Arkansas was originally scoped for Saturday, now moves to Sunday for the Grade 3 Showdown.
And the points are a little bit different for the Oaks because, of course, the Derby, there's 20 entrants, and the Oaks, there's only 14. So you will need to accrue a higher number than the Derby to get into the race.
Run for the Lilies. The first Friday in May is fast approaching and a lot on the line this weekend. You can watch it all right here on FanDuel TV.